Welcome everyone to a very special milestone moment here in the Lendi living room. Yes, Lendi is your home for home loans. If you'd like to find out more, jump over to lendi.com.au. Today we are joined by Shannon Hurn, the captain of the West Coast Eagles, to chat about his 250th game in the blue and gold.
This is Hurn. He might kick it 85 metres. It's on its way. It's all about the bounce, and the bounce is true. Bang goes bum.
Shannon, thanks for joining us, mate. Now, we've done a few of these already this year. Couldn't quite squeeze us into the living room.
No, couldn't. No.
What's going on back there?
Well, the couch isn't big enough, so just got a couch for one. So
Couch for one. You are a bit of a mystery man at the footy club, mate. What do you get up to away from the footy club before we get into the footy?
Yeah, it's not too much. Again, keep that mystery up. So it's one of those things. I enjoy a bit of my own time, but just a bit away from footy. So try to go have coffee, get away a bit from football, catch up with people, just to learn some different stuff. And then if time permits, like going fishing or go and do a bit of hunting, golf, something like that.
So you're telling me you don't like sitting down face to face with another teammate and do a bit of interview about career?
I don't mind, but it's one of those things where keep playing footy, and it's nice. It's nice to think back and have a bit of reminisce, but always find just one of those things you want to keep just moving forward and keep thinking about the week coming up.
Now we're talking about your 250th game for the footy club, but let's strip it right back.
Yep.
When I first got to the footy club, you were a 19-year-old, effectively rookie. You had played not many games in his first year.
Yep.
And I was introduced to you by the bloke who was going to be driving me to training.
Yeah.
And I thought they'd sent down the 30-year-old veteran to pick me up.
Yep.
Been at the footy club a long time, mate. What are your memories on your early years of footy at West Coast?
Well, I remember, like getting drafted, and I reckon that must have been Saturday. Like they used to do it on a Saturday, I'm pretty sure, and Saturday morning, so I got drafted, and then I'm not sure if it was Serge or Trevor Woodhouse rang up and said, we're coming to Adelaide, we'd like you to come to Adelaide and have dinner. And I was like, oh, mate, it's got to wreck my plans. I don't really want to do that. So we went down there, and the club was fantastic, straight from there. So came over during the week, I think, and first got introduced to the group like they were training. So Serge picked us up. They were training, stopped training, got introduced to everyone. So that was pretty intimidating. But the early days was just getting to, I suppose, just how the footy club is ran, and some of the players you get to train with. Like there was like Drew Banfield. So he'd been around for a long time, and blokes just come off the premiership as well. So a lot of good players running around, and my first memories were just, this is next level up, and you feel a little bit out of it, yeah. You
come to the footy club, obviously interstate player, you get a host family.
Yep.
The usual player, there's a lot of interstate guys that have stayed at the footy club, maybe 1, maybe 2 years with the host family.
Yeah.
How many years do you spend with your host family?
Well, this is all debatable, so I'm pretty sure it's 4 years. Scotty Lycett beat me, he was 5 or something, so it must be a South Australian thing.
You sure it's 4 years, mate? You're on camera here.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm pretty sure it was 4 years.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
I thought it could have been 5 to 6.
No, see, that's where stuff gets stretched. So that was really good. I was fortunate enough to got put in with a very nice host family. They had a farming background as well, so I think that was one of the things that helped. Just that transition and coming in, and most of the players when they came over were up and around Duncraig as well, so I got to hang around. And my mate Pritter was just around the corner, so he was only 500 metres around the corner. So he got drafted rookie maybe a week later, or maybe 2 weeks later. Yep. And started sharing lifts, but and then friendship started from there, which is pretty good.
We'll get to Pritter. So Brian and Vicky, your host family. You still go around there for dinner?
Yep. Still go around there,
once
catch
a
up.
week?
Yeah, try to. Yeah, so
get your washing done still?
Get washing done, get some food cooked as well for the week, so it's all mapped out.
That's good.
They're very good people, and as their family, their kids are as well. So
you got a pretty strong bond with them.
Yeah, I do. I was just again good people, and that was probably the thing early on, something away from footy. Like I really love football, but also like not just being all about footy. So that was a bit of my. Especially early on and even later career now, I get to learn some different things because they're both successful in their own right, their kids, as were Brian and Vicky. So it's just nice to talk about a few different things and be something different.
That's good. Now, you spoke about your good mate Pritter.
Yeah.
Inseparable, you two.
Yeah.
Until one of you left the footy club.
Yeah, pretty much.
What makes you two so close?
Yeah, well, this has been asked a few times.
Because you're a little bit of an odd couple, really.
Yeah.
You're not similar, but you are similar.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I think we are similar in the way we think to go about things with footy. Like, we almost work pretty well together, like bounce a few things off. So he was always very black and white, and I reckon I could see the grey. And at the same time, yeah, I'd see things a certain way, and he'd say, no. So we just learned off, each other that way. But I think we just viewed footy pretty similar. Both uncomplicated people pretty much. Just keep things simple and do the basics. And yeah, I think it just kept growing from there. And Pritter's got a great family as well, and wife Ash as well, and kids now. So still duck around there and have dinner every now and then, and that's always good fun to catch up and just talk a bit about footy, but just talk about other things as well.
The kids call you Uncle Bunger. What do they call you?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They call me Bunger, which is good, and sometimes Uncle Bunger, but yeah.
Where's that nickname come from?
Got it from Dad. So Dad got it from Granddad. So it sounds a little bit hillbilly-ish, getting passed on. But Granddad went and bought it at Prince Alfred College in Adelaide, and there's been numerous different stories, but one of the ones, apparently, and Granddad never confirmed this, so that's probably where the mystery comes from. Apparently had a wheat-mix eating competition at boarding school, and apparently he won. This is apparently. But instead of putting sugar over, they got the cement dust and put that over, and then he was obviously bunged up for 2 or 3 days, and that's where bunger come from. So whether that happened or not, I'm not sure, because Granddad never acknowledged that or a story, and Dad never did as well. So I've heard different stories, one with the cricket story as well. So I don't know, it's just a mystery.
It's a good story, mate.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
Getting towards the footy stuff, mate, obviously you cut your teeth as a defender early on in your career.
Yep.
Was there ever any times where you looked to move into the midfield? Was there any pressure from coaches, from other players? You've been a backman your whole career.
Yeah. So I was probably his size when I was a junior. So back at Anguston and that, I just played a bit of ruck and then played in the midfield.
Yep.
I went down to Centrals and started as a backman and changed a little bit of midfield, a little bit of forward, but came to the club as a defender. And there were a couple of times where I got thrown forward. That's probably because I wasn't doing a good job down back. And had a couple of games in the midfield, but just I wasn't up to the standards.
You weren't good enough, were you?
Pretty much. That's just how it is. So no pace. I'd like to go forward these days maybe. That'd be all right, but the game's changed a fair bit as well. So I think you get stuck, but you just learn how the game's played a bit from your position and how it looks. So I'd like to think if I went forward now, I'd have enough experience from playing on good forwards that might be able to have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Would those tricks involve just cheating the game a little bit, do you think?
Reading the cues. Reading the cues, that's what it's all about. That's why if you anticipate early, that's what it is. So it's always nice every now and then when a couple of young defenders come in and you be a forward and they're defending you, you try those tricks and you go, oh yeah, geez, I'm a genius. But it's all part of learning and teaching.
That is right, mate. Getting to the captaincy, captain in 2015, you had your first press conference as a captain and someone asked, what sort of captain do you want to be known as? And you gave, I guess, the now famous answer, I want to be known as a premiership captain.
Yeah.
And I was in that room and everyone gave a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
I wasn't laughing. I knew it was a possibility.
Yeah.
Do you look back on that at all? Was that comment made in cheek a little bit?
Yeah. Well, and that's the hard thing. It's a bit of a hard question to answer, because people go, well, what do you want to be? And, you can be anything you want to be. But I honestly did want to win a premiership, and whether that was, if I was captain or not captain, that's what I wanted to do. And I was fortunate enough to be captain, so that was just the main thing that came to my head is team success and want to be a premiership captain. So I do remember that because everyone thought it was a giggle, but people that know me know I was being serious about it. I wasn't trying to be smart, and as it's turned out, that's happened, which has been great. But it's just great for the footy club and players to be able to get that experience. It's a hard one because people talk about that. How do you want to be known? And not just myself, but other players that get to be around footy clubs for 10, 12, 14 years is. You can have an idea about what you want to be known for, but really it's up. I think other people tend to say how you are. It's all well and good. I might say, oh, geez, I'm a very friendly bloke, and everyone says, oh, you're a grumpy bugger, which is probably what happens. So you try to have a few, few bits of behaviours and values that you have, and you just try to live them, and it takes time, and you just keep trying to pass it on, but also understand that some players view things differently.
Understanding that, and with that in mind, now you are a premiership captain. Does that change how you lead? Does it change, what you do around the footy club? How are you dealing with that?
Well, it's probably get a little bit more. It's not so much demanding, but you know what is required to have a good year, like in general. So to be able to win enough games, get to the finals, and then hopefully get to a grand final. So when things don't look like what we're trying to do, or sometimes players are doing things differently, sometimes I just find that's a bit of a hard one to go, or players just learning, that's how he prepares, versus, well, okay, mate, like we need to, yes, we've won a premiership, but that doesn't entitle us to anything. We've got to keep getting better, and that's what I've tried to view my football in general is, yeah, you might kick 5 goals or 30 possessions, or have a very good game, or have a good year individually or as a team. But as time's gone on, I just view that as a bit of an outcome. When you're younger, you want to, that is what it is. You want to play well, and that's always a gratifying thing. But as you get older, it's more about how can I keep getting better, how can I keep growing, regardless of the result. Because I reckon you can always do everything right, especially as a defender. You can do everything right, and the opposition might kick 4 goals on you, or you mightn't play it well, or you can probably not do 2 things that well, and you still have a good day, and they don't kick. So it's about trying to get the percentages in your favour and do things as well as possible.
Good answer. 2 questions on the grand final. Apart from the obvious win-loss, was the biggest difference between 2015 and 2018?
I just think when you look back at it now, 2015, as again, all you want to do is win a premiership, and this is what we're going to do, and we're a chance to win one, and you don't focus on the actual process, as boring as that sounds. And then when you get to 18, you've been through the week, been through the parade, you understand what the game's about, and that you just need to go and play well and do your bit, and hopefully that helps you play well and helps the team. I think that was just our biggest learning. The games probably started similar, but the scoreboard's almost the same. But we knew what we wanted to do, and away we went. I think we just had a backup plan. We'd been there, we understood it, played a lot of footy together. So I think it was numerous things, but I think we just understood what the week was about.
You're captain of the club, leader of the footy club, but in reality, you're leader of the back line, fellow Bull.
Yeah.
You must have been pretty proud with how the back line played in 2018 and being a part of that. Yeah,
certainly. I've been very fortunate enough to be part of a couple of very good back lines. Early on there was like Banfield, Brett Jones, Adam Hunter, Darren Glass was there a bit too, and then we went through, like, you were there too, like 11, 12, 13, so Glassy, Bowie Waters, Sam Butler, probably missing a few blokes, which is no good. Schofield, or yourself. Eric McKenzie started coming through then as well. And then to now, it's a different group as well, so, now we're older, but you've got young guys like Cole or Duggan, Barras. Gov's a very good player, but still young, learning it. So, Shep's been around for a while as well. So I've really enjoyed. We've been lucky enough to play a bit of footy together, but I've just really enjoyed the connectivity we can have. We understand about the game. We understand each other's strengths. We're all different people and view it differently, and we're all a bit fiery down back, but we all understand where each other's coming from, and generally try to have each other's backs playing and off the field, and that's the enjoyment I really get out of footy is doing that. You're always biased when you're backman, you're like, it's a forwards, that's the mids, but you make sure it's a team thing, but certainly have I like very backs biased.
Good, I like that. So 250 for the club. You're getting closer to 300, and your hairline certainly suggests that. Yeah. You keep that in the back of the mind at all, or kind of inconsequential to...
My hairline or 300?
Well, the hairline is getting a lot closer to the back of the head, mate.
I know, it's done.
300.
I know it's finished. Look, you understand, very fortunate enough to be able to play 250 and play that amount of football and be around, and obviously that's getting close to 300. So you understand that that's close and potentially within reach, but my mindset a few years ago is like, well, footy is definitely closer to the end than the start. So I just want to really enjoy it, make the most of it, prepare as well as you can during the week in the pre-season and go out and really enjoy playing football. And that's still where I am now. So if I only play one more year or one more game, or get to play for 3, 4, 5 years, it's really a bit of an unknown. So I'm just pretty much focused on, it is like almost a week-to-week thing. Not a week-to-week thing, but just going, well, I just, I need to make sure my body's right, need to make sure I get enough training in, recovery, physio. So if I can do that, I think that gives myself the best chance to play as much footy as possible. But of course, there's numerous different things, like how's the team going form, other players might come in, do your role better. So there's all those things that are a bit of an unknown, and get older and I just want to win, and that's what I want to be able to do. So we didn't play that well last week, so then this week's just about making sure we do well and win. It's not so much about counting the games. It's just making sure we can win.
So with that in mind, you've been incredibly durable for your career. Do you put that down to good preparation, or do you put it down to genetics, both, luck?
Yeah, all of them. So I think you do need to have a reasonable bit of luck in football, but you can't rely on it. It's more, how you prepare. So, and everyone's different. Like I've been a bit lucky where I've been able to do most of the training, so I think that holds you in good stead throughout the year. I think being a bigger framed person helps in durability and a bit of the wear and tear. Like everyone's now is just faster and runs flat out, so similar to yourself. And it's always almost like that Ferrari versus a tractor. Like Ferrari's always very finely tuned, don't break down a bit. Tractor, they're just a bit.
A couple of tractors rolling around now.
Yeah, a couple of tractors rolling around, and they don't break down too much. But it's a little bit of that, and a little bit of. It is in numerous things, but you need a bit of luck, you need a bit of preparation, you need to look after yourself, and that doesn't guarantee you, but I think it just gives you the best chance to be able to play football for a while. So
you've been in the system for 13, 14 years. What's been the biggest changes in, one, training, and two, culture at the footy club?
Well, training, we didn't have any GPSs, and we didn't used to rate how we felt and how you going today and how you done this. So we didn't have that.
You just did it, right?
And you just trained, and that's what it was. And it was a bit of self-regulate, and you just went and trained. Whereas now, obviously, everything's pretty well monitored, GPS data, everything's live. So there's definitely room for it, because I do think it, footy doesn't just fit one person or one box. So it is a bit individualised, especially pre-seasons. So that's a big change. We probably have a lot of meetings. When I first started. You would have seen it too. All the vision was just the TV vision.
Yep.
So it was like, how'd that bloke get away? You go, I got blocked and something happened. No, I don't know what happened. So now it's behind the goal, side on, above. They'll probably start having GoPros on us.
Need to get rid of that one above.
Yeah, it's no good. No, you just got to play on the far side. Don't play on the close wing. You got to play on the far side. So that's changed a lot, and I think it helps. Obviously, there's a lot more coaching, a lot more coaches involved. So again, when I first started, there was 3 coaches, development coach, and Robbie Wiley. So there was 4 senior blokes and a development coach. Now what have we got? 10, 11 coaches. Yeah. So it was a little bit of a fine Joan way, which I think is needed. But also now having the coaches to help you educate what you need to do and how to go about. I think that helps too. So it's just trying to find that balance as well. So there's been a lot of changes.
What about culture at the footy club?
Yes, culture. Well,
or just the feeling?
Yeah, we can answer it, numerous different angles. But I think the culture, not that it was just what it was when you first came in, was they're the old blokes, you're the young bloke, be quiet, don't get spoken to until you're asked. Here's a bib, you wear the bib, we're training. That's just what it is, and obviously how feedback was given. And I think now it's a lot more even. So, if you've been there 14 years or 1 year, you still got to have a bit of that respect, but I think it's more everyone's voice is heard and understood, and it's encouraged.
You're giving your business class seat up any time to the young blokes then? 14 years, 1 year, doesn't matter?
I don't make those rules, so someone else makes those decisions.
Good answer. Obviously, captain the footy club now. As you said, footy's closer to the end than it is to the start.
Yep.
Just say all goes well. Do you think playing, a year or some years not as captain at the footy club towards the end of your career, would be beneficial? Was something you'd like to do? I guess take that burden of the captaincy away, be able to focus more on your footy.
It's starting to come closer to a stage of that, because it's one of those things where you've got to toss up. Can you still keep doing that and giving yourself to everyone and still prepare and still stay fresh? Versus, if I just go and play football and just focus on myself now, it might be a bit easier. So that'll be something that I'll have to decide on and look at going forward. I still think it's one of those things where whatever's best fit for the club as well. But I think, regardless either way, if I was still captain or not captain, like I'm really enjoying it. And I know some people go it's a bit more of a burden. So it's just more time consuming sometimes, and that's probably more what it is. But I think if I still was or wasn't, I'd still be trying to help out like the players, playing group as a back line, still be talking to the coaches. You'd still be leading. Yes, it's great to be a captain and have that official title to your name, but it's just the way I am. I'd still be doing the same thing whether I was or wasn't.
Couple of quick fire questions for you.
Yeah.
Keep it nice and tight, the answers.
Yeah.
Best captain or leader you've played under?
Well, John Worsfold coaching, and Glassy. Those two.
Most inspirational player?
I played very good players, but I always thought Glassy was pretty good.
Player from the opposition that's given you the most trouble?
Oh.
And if it's a current one, maybe you want to say someone previous.
That's always what you try to do.
2019.
Definitely not. Well, you have challenges early and then late, but like Gary Ablett when he was, he's still a good player now, but when he was flying, played him a couple of times.
Would have touched you up a bit, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Played on Paul Medhurst and bloody Jeff Farmer out of the goal square here in my first derby. That was pretty tough.
We got you out of there now. We don't play you down there.
No. It was mainly those couple of players, like Stephen Milne was a very good player, like Alan Didak. Those type of players gave everyone a bit of grief, but it was certainly hard when you didn't quite know how to defend that well.
How do you want to be remembered as a player?
Yeah.
By players, not by fans, not by coaches.
Yeah.
What would you like to be remembered as?
Well, this is the thing. I think I'd like to just be remembered as someone that wanted to play, team footy and was about the team. That's what I'd like to be known as. Yeah.
Good answer, Bung. Thank you very much for joining us in the makeshift Lendi living room. 250 are the best, mate. It's been a pleasure playing alongside you, and good luck on the weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Good job.